What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Welcome in, and we are playing Arc Raiders. So if you are watching this video, you probably already either downloading it, about to download it, or you've already played it. And I can't wait. I can't wait. So I recorded this the day before, the night before, well, the day before the actual play test. And I just want to let everybody know, thank you so much that have been watching my videos. I will say this every video. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody. Hey, hit the Discord description. Let's get everybody in there. Let's pile it up. All right, since we got that out of the way, I'm excited. I am so excited. We are one day away. Well, as of right now, people are playing it right now. And yeah, man, this game, I played a play test, and it's the only game that I have been thinking about. I have been thinking about just jumping in and diving into this game, into the immersiveness, to I don't know, it's so weird. Like, I've never been more excited about a video game ever. Sometimes I'm like, dude, what is wrong with me, dude? All I'm thinking about is this video game. It had that much of a mark on me, man. Like, it hit me hard, man. I'm like, dude, when they took that game away, oh my god, I was like, bro, like, what do I play? Like, everything I played which just didn't feel right. That's just how I felt. And then I went to started playing Hunt Showdown, which they say is an extraction shooter. I'm over here looting. There's nothing. So, I don't know. But I saw this video. Screw that. Let's get into the video. This game is special. And if you haven't played it or you are playing it, this game is super special. And this is from Asda Cross. I think that's how you pronounce it. Probably pronounced it wrong. But this game is special. We're going to check out this video because this game is special.
Yes. Extraction shooters.
Oh, no, not the extraction shooters. So people hate extraction shooters, which I think what it is it's just not a casual game right now. Like, consoles don't really have many extraction shooters, like true extraction shooters like Arc Raiders or like Escape from Tarkov. That's not on console. So, and like Delta Force is an extraction shooter. But there's something about Delta Force that just doesn't hit. It really, truly doesn't. Let's start this video.
Steeped in controversy.
Arc Raiders
While
just
a few
something
hardcore players love
crazy.
it, the word extraction evokes immediate repulsion from others. And just like the hero shooters and battle royales of yesterday, the extraction shooter model was, and to some extent still is,
1440p, baby!
In modern gaming. Many studios have tried, and many have failed to create the coveted Holy Grail, the first mainstream extraction shooter.
Is that Marathon?
So when hype started to drum up earlier this year for Arc Raiders, there was definitely still a level of skepticism that still hung in the air, which is why we're making today's video. What is Arc
what
Raiders?
is it?
Who's developing it? And can it possibly, amongst all the games that are trying to funnel into this genre, could this game live up to the hype? Now, it just so happens, we've been following the development of Arc Raiders since its first reveal back during the Game Awards in 2021. Before its delayed release,
so this game was in development before the finals. I don't know how much more, like how longer they were in development, but they started this game before they started the finals. When they created Embark.
It's
crazy.
Extraction shooter. Many people forget that at one time, Arc Raiders was going to be a looter. There's a lot of history here, and today it's our privilege to share with you everything we know about Arc Raiders, so that you can decide if it's worth your time and, more importantly, your money. But first, let's start with why extraction shooters don't work. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the extraction shooter genre, you may be wondering why. Why do so many people despise these games? At the same time, why are there so many people that play the piss out of games like Escape from Tarkov or Delta Force, or hell, one of our favorites, Hunt Showdown?
Yes.
I understand the nuance.
So Hunt Showdown, that game is really cool. That game needs a Hunt Showdown too. I feel like that game could be really, really good. They just need to take everything from all the other ones and put it in that game, if that makes sense. But that game is pretty cool, but it just didn't hit the mark.
First,
not for me.
Into
just
the
didn't.
Origin of the extraction shooter. It began almost 10 years ago with the launch of, get this, The Division. You see, The Division was really the first ones to do it. In 2016, this multiplayer action RPG threw players into the streets of the post-apocalyptic and snow-covered New York City. Now, while it was formerly considered a looter shooter, which is the main reason why we played it, the most valuable loot at one time was obtained in a region called the Dark Zone, a section of the map where PvP was enabled, and you can either team up or fight other players to extract your newfound gear. Now, The Division earned its fair share of criticism, but it was by no means a bad game. Hell, we played the piss out of it. And the Dark Zone was a unique
Oh, yeah.
system
I
many
never
players
played this.
enjoyed. Yes, upon death, you would lose any gear you scavenged.
So like the problem is I was just so into Warzone and Call of Duty. I had COD brain rot or whatever. I just kept playing COD. And why was I just playing COD for 5-10 years? I don't understand it. I'm so glad I got out. Like it feels good to get out of that. Like, thank God I'm not playing COD anymore.
Runs, but all gear you brought with you from the outside was safe,
I'm
creating high
free!
stakes that didn't jeopardize progression from previous sessions. And soon afterwards, this concept would inspire the core vision of an entire
This game
game
looks
genre.
sick.
Then we have Escape from Tarkov, with its beta that released back in July of 2017.
Damn, that was
It
a while
became
back.
the defining title of the extraction shooter genre. All safeguards were removed. Players would queue into a PvPvE instance, and all of their gear was on the line. Successful extraction meant better gear for your next run, but death risked sending you back to square one. It was realistic, tactical,
That looks so
adrenaline-inducing,
realistic.
with intense combat that valued patience, awareness, as well as skill, with a dash of luck. It attracted a certain type of player, one that was comfortable with losing it all. But it was that same punishing environment that would destroy any chances of widespread appeal. Your average gamer doesn't gravitate to slow, methodical combat, and they certainly don't like to feel that their entire play session was wasted after a single bad run. Not only that, Tarkov is PC only, with a high upfront cost.
And I'm pretty sure it's keyboard and mouse only. So that right there just throws a lot of people out. People like to play with the roller. But like the thing with the Escape from Tarkov, it's just, it'll never appeal to anybody. It's just too slow. And like, I don't know. I think it's too realistic, but I mean, it honestly looks like a great game. I don't play keyboard and mouse, and I wonder if this game would ever come to console. I highly doubt it, though.
And it isn't even available on Steam, at least yet. That's actually coming soon. So keep in mind, Tarkov, it's kind of amazing how much success that game has achieved.
It looks good. Everything looks good. If it ever came to controller, I guess I would try it.
Not even having access to the broader market. But this is also why so many people started making extraction shooters. They saw the market, and many tried to move in. Hunt Showdown, Battlefield, Hazard Zone, COD, DMZ, Marauders, Dark and
DMZ,
Darker,
that shit was
Arena
trash.
Breakouts, Grain Zone Warfare, Delta Force, which is actually clocking record numbers, Forever
Really?
Winter. Yeah, the list goes on, guys. The market was flooded with new extraction titles, and a few of them found their footing. For instance, one of the ones we played the most was Hunt Showdown. A little bit lighter on the loot side, but an extraction
that
shooter
was the problem. Everybody said it was an extraction shooter. I went to go play it, and I'm like, there's no loot. I'm just like wandering around, and then all of a sudden they found the boss, and then the game was over. I'm like, wait, was I supposed to go that way? I don't know. I was so confused with this game, but the gameplay, though, and the feel of the game feels right. It feels good. I just think that this game just needs to, like, reinvent itself, if that makes sense.
Less with a
Or
style
make a second
that's
game
right
or
up my
something.
alley.
I don't know.
But despite this plethora of options, the extraction model has really yet to explode. They've done good, but it has not compared to how big the battle royale bubble was back when PUBG dropped, back when Fortnite exploded. And I know some people can say that's a bad comparison, but that's exactly what developers are hoping for. But there has been some great successes. And what if I told you that already there is a multiplayer extraction
This one
game
right here, I'm telling you right now, this one is going to get everybody into it. The 17th, you are playing it right now. You're addicted. I know you are.
that took the world by storm. And as crazy as it
you
sounds,
love Scrappy.
there are actually two of them that I would like to talk about.
And
which
you
takes
can't
us
take
to
him.
some
He's
successful
gone the
extraction
19th.
games that you yourself have probably already played. The first isn't even a shooter. Heck, most wouldn't even consider it an extraction. This game is called Lethal Company. The concept is simple.
Yo, this
You
game's-
and a group of friends
this game's-
explore these.
This shit is actually kind of fun. It looks like dumb and stupid in the graphics. This game's fun, though.
Abandoned facilities looking for scrap.
We've streamed
while
this
being
a couple
hunted down
times.
by these deadly SCP-like monsters. The longer you
work
go,
for the
more
company.
scrap you have to collect to meet your quota. Death is inevitable. There is no beating Lethal Company. Only surviving as long as possible, and is a ton of fun. This game was released in October of 2023, made by a solo indie developer, with the game quickly spreading like wildfire, hitting an all-time peak of 239,000
Wow.
players, which is very impressive. The second game is Helldivers 2, a third-person shooter.
Another
You and
one
your
that we
friends
just played
fight to
2 weeks
protect,
ago.
manage to
And like Helldivers is really, really good. Well done PvE game. but I only can play it so much. I only can play this game for a couple hours, and I have to get off. Like, I can't. I gotta go shoot some people. I gotta go play Warzone or the finals. I have to go play some real players. That's all I feel about it. But great game, though. Great game. Great
we
game.
played the piss out of this one, guys. You choose a planet, you drop in from orbit, you complete a couple objectives while slaying out aliens with stratagems. And
yeah,
then
it was fun. I like the
success
gameplay loop in it.
Has real impact on whether or not that planet will be saved or lost.
If Helldivers ever made PvP, which they probably won't because the Helldivers community will probably have a heart attack and die instantly on the spot, so then Helldivers wouldn't even have any players because they would literally lose their shit if we made it PvP, if they made it PvP. Oh, would it be a great day. Oh, it'd be awesome.
To the alien invasion, as well as the resources you pull from it.
Love to see the comments on that day.
2024, and peaked with the concurrent player counts of 458,000. Now, I know you may be thinking, Cross, are these really extraction games? Well, technically they are, but they don't have PvP. At its core, Lethal Company is really just a party game. Helldivers 2 is a co-op shooter with a horde mode. If you remove the extracting part, I would argue and say they would still deliver an enjoyable gameplay experience. The extraction component only exists to raise the stakes. If you die in Lethal Company, nothing of value is really lost. The whole point is just having a fun time. And the same can be true for Helldivers 2. Yes, you want to make it back home, but if you die, you're not losing tens if not hundreds of hours of resource and loot accumulation. You see, your enjoyment doesn't really rely on you extracting whatever valuable trinkets. It's determined on whether or not you had a fun time playing. And in my opinion, this is the recipe for a successful extraction.
This is where people are having trouble. Is like, oh, it needs a rank play. It needs this. It needs that. To keep me going, I need a battle pass. It's like, no, you don't. You just need a good video game. That's it. Simple as that. Game good. Period. Play it.
Brings us to
That's
Arc Raiders. Unlike the examples
I don't need no battle
this
pass.
Game is closely in line with a traditional extraction shooter. It has all the trademark features: coveted loot, high stakes, proximity chat, PvPvE. But if that's the case, why then are so many people excited for this game?
Oh, it's so good, man.
Different? First and foremost, the developer behind Arc Raiders is Embark Studios.
Goated.
Now, this is not their first game. Despite it being the first game they originally showed us, the Finals was the first game we've ever played from Embark. And let me just say, I love the Finals. This fast-paced PvP arena
my favorite game. I play it every night,
and
it's never going to change.
With a ranked mode that's tourney style.
This is my night game.
I absolutely love this game. There's not too many games that says, hey, you want to charge to that wall? Go right ahead. You want to blow up that floor and drop the OBJ down?
Yep.
Do it. This game is free to play. Its movement is fluid. The combat extremely chaotic. And in my opinion, the game show format really just keeps the entire experience upbeat. Hell, even just watching footage of the finals, it comes across as highly polished, which is no surprise considering the background of the
game runs so well. And honestly, you download this. If anybody's watching this video and you have not downloaded it, download this. It's like a AAA experience. There's no, you'd be like, this is free. Game is unreal. The best
Patrick
game ever,
Sauter
man. I love it.
CEO of Embark Studios. And get this, he was the former CEO of DICE, the same company that was responsible for Battlefield 4 and Bad Company 2. However, Patrick didn't make this move alone. He also brought some of DICE's top talent with him. Embark was founded on decades of industry experience, and it is these core members who instilled relentless innovation. And the most unique feature of Arc Raiders is without a doubt its AI combatants.
This will be the last time I pause it, or at least try to. Embark in 5 to 10 years is going to be the #1 or one of the #1 studios in gaming. I'm telling you right now, they're that good because they have finals. Then they're going to have Arc Raiders. We don't know what they're going to be cooking, but I'm telling you, in about 5 to 10 years, we're going to be looking back and be like, dude, Embark's on top. Like, they're going to be on top. They're that good.
In game, the enemy called Arc are robots with a single directive: wipe out humanity. And the Arc were not developed in a traditional manner. Embark used a physics-based
their AI is out of control, man.
To train
it like
combatants.
learns how to walk the environment.
The robots or program them how to behave. The robots first learned how to walk and then how to react to unexpected obstacles. Then they learned how to kill players. The result is a set of PvE combatants that feel realistic and behave unlike any other game. Rollers will hunt you down. Drones will continue to fight even after losing multiple engines. And queens are so dangerous, you best have a team if you're looking to take one down. The PvE combatants in Arc Raiders aren't an afterthought though. They are genuinely challenging. And there's a very very important reason why. Arc Raiders originally was not going to be an extraction game. Remember, it was slated to release in 2022, and it was being developed as a looter shooter. But soon after its reveal, it became clear the finals would be ready for launch sooner, and Arc Raiders needed more time to cook. Now, what the developers said is what they realized was that their PvE part of the game by itself was boring. It did not have enough stakes. It needed PvP. Therefore, the pivot to become an extraction shooter. This also meant shifting away from...
That's what I like about that. I always say this with the Warzone, with the Call of Duty devs, they don't play their own game. I say it all the time. I'm guaranteeing it. Like 90% of those devs that are working on these Call of Duties that we get every year, they don't play their own game. The finals devs, they play their own game. You can tell they played it and like, it's PvP. You only can go so far with PvP. I'm sorry. I know some of you guys are in here like, what the hell, dude? Was you talking? PvP is boring. PvE is boring. I'm sorry. PvE. It's just boring. It just is. Like, it really is.
A free-to-play model.
Sorry.
At the time, had many of us very concerned. However, after getting our hands on Arc Raiders, I actually feel like they made the right decision. Because the PvE commands are so threatening, PvP is drastically different than in any other extraction game. You see, every player interaction risks alerting nearby raiders and Arc to your location. And it's not always in your best interest to fight enemy players. There were instances in the playtest where players formed a truce over proximity chat so they could try to take down one of the giant spider walkers. An alliance that would never have formed unless all players had an incentive to work together. And with enemies never behaving the exact same way, each one of your engagements also feel different, creating a much more replayable experience that is punishing, but at the same time, very fun. Now, that's not to say you and those guys that created that alliance don't immediately kill each other after taking on that boss. The point is you have to create an alliance at times in order to take down PvE enemies, which makes
the proximity and the player-to-player interaction
of Arc Raiders.
Is
now, similar to many games before it, Arc Raiders has methods to alleviate the eventual sting of a failed run. There are loadouts that you can buy, weapons you can craft, a meta progression skill tree, and even a roster that gives you materials over time. But most importantly, Arc Raiders has that element that has existed in other extraction games that might have been missing that PvP elements, and that is, it's just fun to play. I know many of us are very loot incentivized. We want good loot, we want it now, and obviously when we lose those things, it's terrible. But in the midst of absolutely getting bent over and having all of your gear taken from you, you have to stop and say, wow, these environments are beautiful. This game is fun to play. Enemy AI is challenging, yet they give me such a fresh take with each and every one of these engagements. And I'm gonna say this, one of the best things going for Arc Raiders is really its sound design.
It's the best. There's nothing better than this game's sound. Oh,
it really nailed the sound design. And we recently actually covered a video between Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. And if there's one thing Destiny 1 had over Destiny 2 was its sound design. The range back in Destiny 1 was so large that when a fallen catch came in, you felt its presence. You felt the world around you shake. Arc Raiders has...
That's crazy that from 1 to 2, it got worse. Like, come on, man. You just could tell that some of these games and these developers and these studios and these publishers, they just don't care. They want that quick buck, you know what I mean? And they don't try to make an actual video game, man. Like, I'm telling you, more games need to be immersive. Now, I don't want Call of Duty to be immersive, but honestly, it wouldn't be too bad to add a little bit of immersiveness inside of Call of Duty. It would make it even feel even better. Keep it arcadey, but have a little bit more... You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't want people to get mad at me.
It's that same feel with its sound.
I want immersiveness.
You feel the world shaking. This adds to the immersion. On top of that, the theme that Arc Raiders is really trying to go for, you could see this retro synth aesthetic that's pretty much present throughout this entire game. Now, something that Arc Raiders is really trying to drive forward is the puzzles. Yes, they're gonna have puzzles. Something that was actually advertised for a game like Marathon, and Bungie is known for doing puzzles, despite, well, Destiny really not getting many puzzles over the years. But Marathon itself is supposed to have puzzles. Embark, though, just decided to put it inside of Arc Raiders without telling anyone. And I like that. I like that they're not slapping everything on a banner in front of us, telling us all that Arc Raiders has to offer, but instead, they're gonna hit us with surprises. Dare I say, they're hoping to over-deliver. Now, this over-delivery doesn't come without a cost. Matter of fact, Arc Raiders does have a $40 price tag, and it includes in-game monetization. However, based off of what we've seen from tech tests, it appears to follow the same model as Helldivers 2, offering players purchase purchasable war bonds that can also be earned just from playing the game. And let me just say, Helldivers 2 and its monetization is completely fair and very reasonable. I would love it if Arc Raiders goes this route, as to me, this is one of the most acceptable monetization models for a live service game. These are the many reasons why so many are hyped for Arc Raiders. This is not a Tarkov clone. It also doesn't seem like Embark is just trying to chase the extraction shooter market, but rather set the new standard. I think one of the reasons why Arc Raiders,
they really are, because with like the project, what is it, the Expedition project, like they're starting like no other game has that, and they're starting and they don't even know how quite, like, is it gonna work right, you know what I mean? And there's like a lot of stuff that's still gonna need to drop on that, and I don't know if like they'll eventually do global wipes maybe in a year or two. I don't know how that's gonna work, but maybe will work with voluntary wipes. It's gonna be really cool. Like, I like the fact that Embark is gonna give it a shot and they're gonna try. That's it. They're gonna start their own lane, you know what I mean? They're not on other lanes. Like, the finals is a completely different multiplayer than COD or Battlefield. It doesn't play like that. It's not all about kills. It's about being a team player. It's great, man. Embark is awesome, man.
It's because they set out to be
love them
first.
I want to meet them.
I
want to shake their hand.
They created the unique environments. They added the impeccable sound designs. It was only after the fact that they actually raised the stakes and added PvP, turning it into an extraction shooter. So while, yes, many of you have stated in the past that you don't like extraction shooters, I do believe Arc Raiders is going to change some minds. And let me just say, I wasn't even a looter fan until Destiny. Destiny came along and said, hey, you're going to like looters. And I did. And suddenly I was playing
you're gonna like this.
different looters because of Destiny. And that's really what genre-defining IPs do. Now, with all the glaze that I am laying on thick right now, there are still concerns for Arc Raiders. And really, it comes down to its staying power. It's one thing to have a massively successful launch, but maintaining over 100,000 players isn't sustainable for most games, especially with a monetization wall. And being a multiplayer game, you can imagine that concurrent players, that really matters. I think one of the biggest contributing reasons to why Delta Force remains at such high concurrent players is because it has no barriers. It's free. Anybody can jump in. At the same time, it does serve as another means to keep out cheaters. And Delta Force has a lot of cheaters. But the other question we have is, how does Embark plan to keep the player base engaged with future updates? At launch, it's confirmed that there will be at least 5 maps. And just this week, Embark Studios finally announced that they would be handling server wipes, which is a very common thing amongst extraction shooters. It's essentially the equivalent of new servers being added to an MMO, essentially giving everyone a clean slate, everyone starting from square one. Now, rather than emulate the current status quo, Embark has opted to introduce voluntary 8-week wipes.
I like that.
Projects.
I think this is really, really good for the game.
Reset the player's level, skills, inventory, etc., but keep their accounts earned, cosmetics, purchases, and anything else achievement-based that does not directly influence the actual gameplay experience. Resetting your accounts could reward you with permanent unlocks as well as unique cosmetic rewards and non-gameplay account buffs. So again, Embark is going the route of respecting player time, only requiring a hard reset if you so choose. As we learn more about these projects and receive some sort of tangible roadmap post-launch, we'll have a much clearer picture what the long-term health of this game truly is. Now, do I think we'll ever see an extraction shooter that will broach the realm of like COD or Fortnite levels of success? I'm not really expecting that, but I do believe Arc Raiders, it has the hype, man.
This game, if any game can do it, it's this game that's going to put extraction shooters on the map. It's the only game. I really do. Like, who else is going to do it? And Bungie ain't going to do it with Marathon. Sorry.
Formula and the foundation.
What is it, Exoborn? Get out of my face.
Be one of, if not the most popular extraction shooter to date. If you like to play Arc Raiders early, Embark is hosting a server slam this week.
Oh, I'm going to slam the hell out of that thing.
And if you just like to watch us play it, we'll be live streaming it over on our Twitch.
Hell
so
yeah.
Feel free to come join us. We'll have a handful of codes that we'll be giving away throughout the stream. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching.
What a hell of a video, man.
Smash that like button like your mama.
Smash that like of the button. There we go. We smashed that like button. I will put Cross's link in the description. And yeah, man, Arc Raiders, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I know. So I'm going to be posting this on Friday. So anybody that is watching this, the Server Slam is live. So this video is going to be going up like Friday morning. But Man, this game, I just can't wait to dive into it. I know that this Server Slam you're not going to be able to keep your progression on over to the 30th, which kind of sucks, but you know what? It's pretty good. At least we get a little taste. We can just dive into it, be able to play it a little bit, and then be ready for the 30th. And anybody that's in this video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And if you can, hit a like. I do stream every night on this channel. Description on my other platforms are in the description of my channel and on this video. But yeah, no, I appreciate everybody that watches my videos. Thank you so much. If you guys can, hit the Discord, because I want to get, when this game drops on the 30th, I want to have a ton of people ready to play. So I'm hoping this weekend with the videos, and I already got a bunch of people coming in the Discord. Hopefully we get some really good interaction this weekend, get everybody pumped, because they're going to start playing it, and people might want to be like, yo, you want to team up? I want to get it going in the Discord. Like, that's truly, I'm like, really want to get this going, and I'm hoping that this little server slam is going to help us to get to like the 30th, and when it comes to the 30th, we just have tons of people playing, people wanting to team up and talk about it, and I just love to see the community interaction. That's really what I want in my Discord. And let's just hope, hit that link. That's what you got to do. But besides that, I appreciate all of you guys, and I'm out of here. Have a good one. See you on the top side. Peace.